Yo, what's good? It's Levon. You already know who it is. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to drop another gem on y'all, but first and foremost, I just want to make a couple announcements. Now, the last two videos I uploaded, I had some technical difficulties with. They were like super exposed and blown out for whatever reason. That's a problem that I'm trying to rectify. And I'm not sure what the issue is, but I'm trying to figure that out. Second thing is the last video I uploaded, I believe last week, for whatever reason, at least on my end, I haven't been able to view it on the YouTube app. However, if you go on a web browser, Google, Chrome, Firefox, Google, Chrome, like those are two different things. Google, freaking Internet Explorer, Firefox, whatever, Safari, the whole shebang. If you look at it on there, it'll come up perfectly fine. Yeah, so if you haven't seen that one, go back so you can get caught up. I think that's about it as far as disclaimers go, so I'd like to get right into this video topic. So, boom, right? I had this idea for this topic in mind for a while. However, I wasn't entirely sure how to convey my thoughts into this video, but I'm trying not to be so keen on the details because I know whatever I have in my head isn't gonna come out exactly how I expect it to in reality. So I'm just gonna go for it, and hopefully y'all follow me on this one. So boom, right? I wanted to talk to you guys about labels and my issue with labels and why I think labeling yourself can be a problem. So nowadays, as I'm sure you guys are aware of, as far as your sexual orientation goes, there's so many different labels, so many ways that you can identify yourself. Now, from my standpoint, in my view, in my thinking, I feel like it's a little ridiculous how many there are. However, I do understand, and I kind of like what the LGBT, I don't be knowing stuff, y'all. Like, it's so sad. I really don't be knowing stuff, but the LGBT community, I like that they do have so many titles, because it's not often that any one given person is binary. You know, there's not just, oh yeah, I'm this way and I'm that way. And that's really my main issue with labels. There's so much gray area and room between for changes, for growth, for decisions to be made. You know what I'm saying? So for example, right? I grew up vegetarian, and my entire family, my entire immediate family was vegetarian as well. However, I'm the black sheep in the family, and I think in like 2014 is when I stepped away. I started eating meat. I became a carnivore. And then I'd say about sometime last year, I was like, yo, I'm kind of over the whole meat thing. I'm gonna go back vegetarian. So stop eating meat. And so there'd be times when my coworkers who knew that I was going back vegetarian, and we'd have food catered in for work, and they'd be like, yo, Levon, ordering food, what kind of sub do you want? And I'll be like, they list what kinds. You can have a BLT, you can have a turkey, you can have a tuna or a veggie. And I'd be like, oh, I think I fancy a turkey right now at the moment. They'd be like, oh my gosh, what? I thought you were going back vegetarian. And really making more of a deal about it than I thought it was. But that's not even the point. The point is, like, yeah, I'm going back vegetarian. Okay, I don't eat meat on the regular. Like, this is an occasion right now that I just feel like, I want some meat. Like, I want to try it. I want to dabble a little bit. And that's the thing, that a lot of people have this binary mindset that if you say that you're one thing, then there's no room for you to be something else, is what I'm getting at. And that was interesting to me. I'm like, yo, like, I don't eat meat on a regular. You feel me? Even back when I was a full blown vegetarian, you know, I would eat like a chicken wing every 3 months or so max. And does that mean I eat meat? Like, this is what I'm thinking. Like, does that mean I eat meat? Does that no longer qualify me as a vegetarian, even though I'm sticking to a vegetarian diet 99.9% of the time, you know? And so, you know, what got me to thinking about this was I took the Myers-Briggs type indicator test, the MBTI. Basically, if you're not familiar, what it is a test that you can take online. It's called the MBTI. I think they have an app for it, or you can just do it on a web browser. But essentially, they tell you answer some questions, kind of an aptitude type test, and they give you one of these 16 personality types. Look into it. It's really interesting. If you guys are curious, I came out as an INFJ. So there's that. So you take this test, and what I found interesting about it is, you know, once I got my type, I started looking at all these videos, and it seemed like people who got, you know, whatever their personality type is, they started having the mindset that, oh yeah, well, this is my personality type. This is what the label is for me. So the description of this label means that I have to be exactly this. And I feel like that same thinking is my issue with zodiacs. People that really follow those to a T is like, oh yeah, well, all freaking cancers are whatever cancers are. I'm a Sagittarius. I don't even know what my description is, to be honest. I think they're that ridiculous and vague. That's another thing I don't really like about them. But I just don't like the idea that if you have a certain label, then you must 100% you know, identify with whatever that label describes, you know? And I mean, I could give you guys another example with like political parties. How, like I said at the beginning of this video, you have Republicans and Democrats, and my issue is like, even though if you identify as whichever one you do, hopefully you're a Democrat. I don't even nah, but if you if you identify as either, it's like, even if there's certain things that you don't completely agree with in your political party, you're like, oh, well, this is what my political party believes, so therefore I have to believe it, and there's no room for us to come together in the middle. Like, I just feel like that's so ridiculous, and I never understood it. So I think the main point that I'm getting at is, my issue with labels is that oftentimes it seems to put people in a box, you know, into a little ecosystem where they're surrounded by other people in that ecosystem that just only think the same way, and anything outside of that is completely wrong. And right now, at my point in life and my growth journey, that's my thing, where with my beliefs as well. I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, and I'm trying to really just navigate that and figure out, you know, what is it, because I have so many questions about my beliefs and, you know, why I believe what I do. But it seems like so many people that I've grown up around, they're like, oh yeah, I believe this because, you know, because whatever reason they believe it. But the point is, anything that's outside of that, they don't even take time to take into consideration. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really think about it, by that same logic, if I am a Christian and then I dabble in non-Christian activities, does that not make me a Christian because of my sinful nature? You know what I'm saying? But don't want to get all the way into that, but it's just something something that crossed my mind, you know what I'm saying? By that same line of thinking. And here's how I know I've had this thought process for a long time, because I distinctly remember when I was younger going to the doctor's office and they'd be like, yo, you know, are you sexually active? And in my head I'm like, well, you know, I'm not a virgin anymore. However, I'm not smashing nobody right now, so does that mean I'm like, technically I'm not sexually active because I don't really got no prospects at the moment? But you know, I know what you're asking me, I would have to say like, yes. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, are y'all following me? Another thing too is when people ask you, you know, do you drink? And for me, I drink on occasion, but it's not something I do regularly to call myself a drinker. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'll drink on occasion, but no, not for like, I just feel like there's just so much in between, and without having some middle ground, then a lot of your labels are, I feel like, can come at a risk to you and your open-mindedness for the future. So yeah, I've been going on and on in this video. If there is any point to bring home, I'd say like just be mindful of whatever label that you accept and that you believe or identify with, and just take a moment to reflect on why it is that you identify as that, and also see if there's maybe something on the opposing end that you might agree with as well. You know, I just want to stimulate, you know, some thinking that you might, maybe you do, maybe I'm not the only one that just thinks all this stuff. But however, if you are not, yeah, just think about it. And yeah, that's it. I don't want to ramble anymore. I'm kind of over it. So I hope y'all got something from this video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a like. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Deuces.